Hey peeps, it's me, Kay. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're already a subscriber. So, I have a journal to share with you today. You've probably seen a couple of little sneak peeks of it. I must say, this is probably one of my. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Thought the dogs were next door were gonna start going crazy. I think this is probably one of my favorite journals that I've made. It came together so quickly, totally inspired by digital from Marissa at Sweet Pea Curiosities. I will put the link to all the digitals of hers that I use. I used a couple of other digitals that I already had printed, and all the other ephemera I created myself. So yeah, it's two signatures. It's honestly not this chunky. It's just that it's filled up with a lot of ephemera, and I didn't even put all the ephemera. I have tons of ephemera in here that's going along with it. So yeah, so let's get started. I didn't really know what type of closure I wanted to use. Just nothing really was feeling right. So I just have it tied with this chiffon ribbon. So it's not attached or anything. Um, on the spine here, let me take it off so you can see it better. I was inspired again by Marissa, who did a bead dangle and was different. Like I've done bead dangles before, but she added a photo at the end, which I had never thought about doing before. You know, I have all these little tiny photos from Tim Holtz and don't really know what to do with them. And I had this metal book plate that I used. And so, yeah, I just put the photo in it, put some triple thick on top, and just kind of decorated with some scraps of lace and added a pearl at the bottom where the other hole was. And just, I used some wire. I'm not very good at the whole wire thing. So I just added some beads and different neutral colors. And then I've had this in my stash for a really long time. I did rub a little bit of alchemy wax on there just so it wasn't too bright and silvery, if that's a word. Um, so yeah, that is the dangle. All right, so I'm just going to untie this and we'll talk about the cover. So there's a lot to this cover. So this piece here, I don't know what it is. It was sent to me a long time ago. I have like 4 of them and I never knew what to do with it, but I thought one day I wanted to make a cover out of it. So I finally did. But under it is some muslin. Yeah, muslin. I don't remember so much I did to this muslin. And then I used this, and then I built the whole book by scratch. So it's like cardboard and cardstock and all that stuff. And then I just layered scraps of lace on top. So kind of like a patchwork, but with lace. So tons of lace, different types of lace. I added in there. Really good way to use up all your little lace scraps. So I machine stitch. I wish I could slow stitch. I'm trying to learn, but I did hand stitch this trim here because I don't know, I didn't want to mess it up with the sewing machine because it's really light. So I kind of just hand stitched it a few spots so it's not totally like laying down. And some of this lace is vintage, so it may have a little bit of staining on it. But I think it just gives it more character. This lace as well, I think I hand stitched this in a few little spots as well. Also the doily, there's a metal piece underneath. I don't know if you can see it. And I didn't make this crochet. I got this from my bestie, sent me this that she had in her stash, and this whole pearl and lace was already attached to it, so I just thought it just matched perfectly. And yeah. Yeah, and then here I just wanted, I was thinking like if you have it this way, you wanted something to look at, so I just added this pin from Temu, and then I just hand hand. I just added this little key charm that I had in my stash. So that's what it looks like when it's, it has an overlap of the fabric. All right. That took forever. So you open it up and see, try to make sure I'm in here. So there's wide lace, stretchy that goes underneath both the signatures. And so there are little pockets, and I just have some little bits in here. These are the love letters that I use in my love themes. I am in love with these love letters. And I'll link the digital down in the description box. So this is the one I chose for this one, and I printed on the back. I crumpled it up, inked it up, so it looks like a old love letter. This is from Temu, so you can journal on the back of that. These I've had in my stash for so long, and I don't know why I never used them. So I just stamped the word blessing here, added one of the little stickers, and then there's two of them. One is decorated and one is not. So you can decorate it yourself. And I just added a little lace where the little holes are. So once you take out all of this stuff that's in it, it's not that bulky. So this is the beautiful digital. Oh my goodness. When I saw this digital on Marissa's Instagram, I was like, I need that now. So that's what inspired this, because I was planning on making like some spring journals. So coffee dyed paper, and I use my punch that is a little, it doesn't punch as well as it used to. It's a little old, so it didn't punch perfectly. Oh, I printed the digital on 32-pound linen paper. So, and then this is Tsunami Rose on the back. And then I added some ruffle and some trims. I use a lot of things that I was gifted, but, for some reason didn't use. This is another digital here, and I just added some Tim Holtz flowers, and this is from the digital kit. This is another digital from another shop. I don't think her shop is open anymore. I don't know, unless I just can't find it. I'm not sure. But I love this page. This is my favorite page because it's purple. This is some coffee dyed composition notebook paper. This is also from Sweet Pea Curiosity. This is her French, I don't know what it's called, French documents, I think it's called. And then I used some scrapbook paper. I have this vintage wallpaper that I got from Selena's shop. So I just made pockets. It's stitched underneath, so you'll see it on the other side. And then I made a lot of tags. If you've seen my sneak peek, a lot of tags. And I bust out my texture paste and just had so much fun. Used Tim Holtz dolls, layered just some papers, used some torn coffee dyed muslin at the top. And it says, friendship must be built on a solid foundation of sarcasm and shenanigans. And I just used some brown packaging and stitched around it. I thought that was so funny. And yeah, that's what my friendship is built on. Of course, other things as well, love and all that kind of stuff. But I just thought that was funny. And this is a time card that I altered. And so there is a tag here and some ephemera from the kit. This is another digital. I just added this flower here. And so you can glue this down anywhere you like. And then I made this. This is a frame that I've had for a long time by Sizzix. I ran it through my embossing folder, and then I rubbed some vintage gold alchemy wax on there. And then I tied this gold twine, used my pink and shears on the corners, and then I stitched on this button I got from Temu. So this is one of the things that's making it a little bit bulky. So that's why I didn't glue it down, because it might get in the way, of writing. And I didn't want that to happen. So we have some vintage ledger. This is another digital from another one of Marissa's kits from Sweet Pea Curiosity. And here is that page. I printed it on vellum because I loved it so much. Some music sheet, vintage music sheet. Added a sticker there. I used my punches on the corners. This is an envelope from the digital kit. And then these lovely ladies, I don't remember where these are from. And then this I've had in my stash, so I just added it here. So that's like a little tuck spot. And then I had this envelope my bestie sent me, and it flips open, and there's this little lady here. And then I think there's a couple of little things on the inside. We have some Edith Holden. I folded it so that it fits. It's my neighbor next door. Here's another tag that I altered. Everybody's home because we are having a storm again. This one's supposed to be really bad. And it's some textures paste, some Tim Holtz collage, Tim Holtz flowers in some book pages in the back, and then some packaging. So you can glue this down or glue some of the other things down. Like I said, I try to leave space for my customers to, do their own thing on, and not decorate every single thing. Oh, and this is a little ephemera that I made with a die and some sticker, transparent sticker. I love this page. Oh, Marissa, if you're watching this, a kit with this, I don't know. I love it. I'm going to make a whole journal with these book pages. Oh my goodness. I could not decide which ones to use. But I'm going to make a whole journal with these book pages. This is a washi sticker that I got from my bestie. I'm going to link all the kits down in the description box. This is an altered guest check. Just layered on a bunch of stuff. There's a little tag inside. So you can glue it down if you want. It's just paper clipped. There's a pink guest check. This image, I don't remember where that came from either, but I'll try to remember all the digitals. Here's the other side of the vintage wallpaper. Here's the other tag. So cute. And then there's the back. I had so much fun with this journal. Really did. This is like I think I said this is my style. This is like vintage, girly grunge style. That's my style. Here's another one of the book pages. I just shrunk it down a little bit and tore it around the edges and then glued it and sewed it on some cardstock and just added a little butterfly there. This is one of the envelopes from the collection, and I just put it over there as a tuck spot, up tuck. And then here's the other side. I added this butterfly, and then these two lovely ladies here. Don't remember where they came from. And then this is from the digital kit. Here's the middle of the signature so you could see the pretty lace. I actually put this on wrong, you guys. Not wrong, but I flipped it around by mistake, but it still works. You can journal on the back of this. And then this piece, so someone sent me this. It was a big piece, and I've been hoarding it. I use a little bit at a time because it's so pretty. I think it was a veil. I'm not even sure what it was, but I love it so much. And I just was hoarding it. And this is the last little piece I had left, I think. I think this is the last bit. So I stuck on these vintage buttons. Probably got these from Selena, I'm not even sure. And so on the inside, it doesn't need this clip. I just clipped it on there. Oops, I went through the fabric. I mean, through the lace. Come on. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So inside, I stitched it so it's a pocket. So it's stitched here and, stitched around here. And it peeks out because I did not want to cut it. And so this is actually a vintage letter from 1935. I've been holding on to this too. I have a couple of them I got from Selena a long time ago. So it's a vintage letter. I believe it's a husband to a wife or a wife to a husband. I'm not sure because it says darling on it. And it sounds like, I think it is, but I'm not sure. But look at I didn't read it, but that's what it looks like. All my love. I think it says Francis. I'm not sure, but you can read that at your leisure. Okay, I'm not going to fight to put that in there. I have this journal card that I put in there, and it's a little journaling spot. And then this is a vintage, I think it's vintage, bridal shower invitation. I just think it's pretty. Be nice for some journaling. I think there is a date on here, but it's really small. Oh, it's not a date. No, it's not a date. I had to get my readers out because my eyes are going. Sorry about the NYC noises. I'll put the letter back later. This is so pretty. A little sticker up there. And then I did little corners here. This is a book page from this friendship book. And I've been hoarding it because I have only a couple more papers left. And then this is little girl is from the Digital Kids. And I just thought she was so cute. I was going to glue her on the side, but I decided to just leave it. Maybe you want to put her someplace else. Let me be careful because this is kind of, it's not delicate, but it is vintage. This is some vintage IBM paper. And I printed on vellum here. This is from my huge atlas. I didn't want to cut it, so I just folded. So there is a pocket here, like this. This is some vintage wallpaper I got from Selena as well. This is from the digital kit. I just layered this on, and then these are real. Oops, I gotta put some more glue on that. These are real stamps. And then I just have a few little bits of ephemera in there. Tim Holtz flower. This is a little ephemera I made with some book pages. There's a little tag up here, little sentiment there, so you can glue this down as well. Here's another one of the big tags I made, butterfly texture paste. I don't know where I got these book pages from, but I only have a couple of left, and it's so pretty. The font, I love it. And then we have this beautiful inside middle signature. And then here's another one of, I'm not going to take it off. It's the same as the other book pages, some collage paper from Tim Holtz. Tim Holtz ladies down here, and then a little sentiment, together is the best place to be. Here is some fabric ruffle and a little trim here. Use my punch the coffee dyed paper. It's another ephemera piece here I just collaged. This kit is amazing. I love this kit. Definitely going to be making another journal using this digital. And she had these adorable little dresses. So I just added this little bow, and I had these paper clips that look like hangers. So I'm not going to take it off, but I added this brad, and I made a circle punch so it didn't tear the paper. So the circle punch is here and on the other side. And then I just added this little ephemera here. Cute little girl. So as you can see, there's the other circle punch, so it didn't tear, the paper. And then I made this lovely lady using the same frame. Add a little sentiment here so you can glue her down if you want. Here is a belly band here. And again, I used one of the book pages. So lots of journaling space in this journal. Lots of journaling space. I try to give a lot of journaling space in my journals because I want you to journal. Little fabric ruffle here. See, I wanted this to be on the other side, but it doesn't matter. It's still beautiful no matter what. And then here is the back. It's another one of those. I put cherish. And then here is another one of the papers, the letters rather. And that is it, you guys. So I hope you like it. This was so much fun to create. It will be available in my Etsy shop by the time you see this video. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Marissa, for creating such a beautiful kit. And for your tutorials, I have to make some of those paper clips that you've made with the wax seals and the photos. But I loved making this. I'm definitely going to make a bunch more. And again, thank you. I will list not only the digital kit, but the tutorial that Marissa did for the dangles as well. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your love and support. If you are in the path of this storm, I pray that you are someplace safe and warm. And yeah, I'll see you on the other side, God willing. And thank you so much for your support. Please subscribe, comment down below, give me a thumbs up, comment if you like, and I'll see you in the next one. Till next time, have a great one. God bless. Bye.